Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I am reading and reviewing the 5 fantastic ideas for collaboration projects on the Cult of Pedagogy website, and this was written by Jennifer Gonzalez. I will put her citation in the comments below. So, and if you see me looking down, it's because I'm referring to my notes. To start off the article, she talks about agency in students, where they can have the choice of projects, and it's an emphasis on project-based learning, and how we should empower students through the choice of projects and their own agency in the classroom. She dives into some different examples of projects and actually using examples and the technology she used in her own classroom. So I'll go into those examples and we'll get into it. The first one is how students can create a guide, and this can be, for example, a voter's guide that she gave, where they're using real-world information to help other real-world people. This could be gathering info, looking at sources to make sure it's all credible, and to build an accessible guide for anyone to use. I know in the article she branched out to different regions of the world, maybe showing them a guide on something relating to their area. She used an app called Spindle, and this was just basically a project tracking app for students. She did another example of local research, which can create agency in students and have them use materials outside of the classroom. This is where students can look up different information, visit new places, document what they have found, and create a research. And I know she highlighted like marginalized groups, research to communicate that out into the community. And this technology she used was Slack, and then a Google Suite, which I had never heard of. But the next one is a tour, and I know we've reviewed this in class where we went over the virtual tour of Anne Frank's, but she did a virtual tour inside the classroom. This can create immersive experiences for viewers. It can also be like first person point of view for certain places. I see this being used in my history classroom a whole bunch, just because I can take students to places that they've never seen before with the help of Google Earth and other technology. She goes over curated collections and solution design for her last two. Curated collections are where students collect a bunch of media, artifacts, research, and wanting to spotlight unheard voices or unrepresented voices in the community. I know she used, or she had stated that platforms for any students were the best and whatever they feel comfortable with. And then solution design was going over basically just real world technology in a world that not everyone can access it, and so using it to the best degree possible for innovation. I connected some of her videos to the some of her examples to the EEE framework, because it's engaging. It is engaging students in real world relevance. They can create voter guides, they can create research, they can create projects for the community, so they're engaging. Enhancing is where it allows students to collaborate and like reflect on their own learning, and this is the whole point of project-based learning, where a student advocates for themselves. My hair's going crazy. And reaching out into the community really is just extending. So I think this honestly hits all three triple E frameworks. It's just how the teacher wants to use it. Now for SAMR, I would say that they're using technology as a substitution for handwritten projects or handmade projects. Because I can make a voter's guide, but why not use Canva or a different editing software to create one? This goes into augmentation and slightly modification. Augmentation because they're using technology to communicate with others. They are using it to communicate with the community. They are collaborating in real time with people. And modification, I think, is because of her virtual tours, where it's modifying how the students view it. It is, I don't know if that's how I would say it. I put it as, it's a new way to present the historical space for students. So slightly modification, but definitely substitution and augmentation are available. How I view this in my history classroom, like I said, students can do multiple projects with this, and I actually want to enforce project-based learning as Rockingham County is moving towards that. Local history is a big thing to me, where if we have time, why not do a local history project that people in the community may not even know about? And it creates agency in students, and that was a big part of her article, that agency was this awesome thing for students to have and to use in the classroom between the academic content I'm teaching and real world problems that can lead to a real world impact. So I know it hits on a lot of triple E and SAMR, but I think it would be useful in a history classroom, and I can see myself using some of these. And that's all. I went over her article. Again, I'll cite it in APA down in the comments. But thank you.